Hi, thanks for joining us for another episode of Seriously Sonoma Valley. I'm Tracy Reynes, and today we're going to be at the Sonoma Community Center, which is a real hub for the Sonoma community. There's a lot of classes, performing arts, there's even daycare here, so we're going to explore a couple of the things that they do here today. So today we're here at the Fiber Arts Department at the Sonoma Community Center, and we're going to talk with Eric Jackson, who is the director of this department. Actually, for basically all the departments in the community center, you kind of have you're kind of managing, right?
So my title is officially the Fiber Arts Department, so that's here, everything related to sewing, knitting, crocheting, all that wonderful stuff.
Okay.
But I'm also a creative programs manager,
Right.
which is a loose title for, I guess, fundraising and like vision of the community and how we raise money and how we throw events on a larger scale.
Yeah, so that's a lot more than just fiber arts, for sure.
Exactly.
But today, we're going to talk
Yes.
about fiber arts specifically.
Exactly.
All right, so
Yes.
you're on. You can tell us all the highlights of the Fiber Arts Department and what makes it such a cool program.
Well, it's cool because I'm here.
We know that.
But seriously, it's one of those things I first joined on, and a major thing for me was that I wanted to make sure that the doors were open to the community and that the community had their own space. So I started the Fiber Arts Happy Hour, which is every Wednesday, 4:30 to 6. It's our free open studio. All the supplies and materials are all free, so people can work on whatever project they might be trying to like figure out, or if they want to try a new skill, they can come and possibly learn how to knit. Or I've always wanted to learn how to crochet. I always wanted to learn how to, I don't know, whatever, do some weaving techniques, and then they can come in here. I have nibbly bits and drinky poos. That's what I like to call our snacks and drinks.
Yeah, and just as an aside, we are here on a Wednesday, and that's on purpose.
Nibbly bits and drinky poos.
Yes.
So I provide that and a little background music, and then I just provide the space. And over this past year since I joined on, it has kind of grown into this wonderful community of wonderful artists who kind of like help each other, who help facilitate, and then who also start teaching each other. And some of the curriculum in the Fiber Arts Department has come out of our happy hour, which is really, really cool. And then we also have some people who are very much like experts in a certain field or a certain knowledge, and they come and they do some talking, and we provide a nice platform for them to do demos, or what I like to call the fiber cereal. Is our, informational daily dosage or weekly dosage of information.
Okay.
So that's that. So that's every week. On top of that, we continue on with the Trashion Fashion Week, which is what I like to call our Creative Waste Management Awareness Week of different events. And it all starts here, where we take unconventional materials, recycle materials, trash, and we make them into what? Fashion. And there's a runway show that happens. It's also a major fundraiser for the center.
Yes.
So I get to spearhead that and run with that. This coming year is our 10th anniversary. Can you believe it?
Good.
And it is going to be on April 4th. So that's definitely a save the date for that runway show, because it does actually sell out.
It does. I can attest to that.
Mm-hmm. And it's fantastic what everyone comes up with too, right?
Yeah.
It's not just artists, like anyone can enter, and people work on these things months in advance. So if you have any trash out there that you don't know what to do with, and you want to, maybe make something wonderful, that's an idea. So with that, we offer a class of kids to give them a nice open space so that they can create in the space here. And I help facilitate that, and I teach that class. And we also have every summer a fiber camp, our sewing camp. Last year it was 1 week, and this year, due to popular demand, we expanded it. We included some crocheting and knitting and all that wonderful stuff. So that's been some ongoing things.
So you do a lot.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we do. Every second Wednesday of every month is the knitting community. So that's where anyone who's interested in knitting or is well versed in the knit art can come and learn and share and show and tell. And it's a great time.
Wow. Fiber arts just became very fun.
It's always been fun. I just like to make it funner.
Yes. I can see that you're doing a good job of that.
I'm trying.
Good.
I'm trying. And then throughout, there are just tons of wonderful classes. We have anything under the sun, from weaving to macrame, crocheting, sewing, you name it. And I always throw flyers up in the bulletin board so people can just like do a nice little drive-by down the hallway and see what's coming up next. For instance, right now there is your Inner Monster class that's coming up. That's going to be on the 13th, in which people can design their own crazy inspirational monster, then transfer it to fabric, sew it themselves, and use recycled materials in that as well. So that's cool. We have a chiffon dyeing class coming up for those who want to dye their own like chiffon scarves. That's wonderful. And then some improvisational embroidery technique classes. So anything you can imagine.
Wow.
Yeah.
And things I couldn't even imagine. So.
Yeah. We had basket weaving. That happened earlier this summer.
Neat.
Name it, we got it.
Wow, I'm
Come
sorry
play.
I missed that one.
You always have to check it out. Where?
At the community center.
That's right.
Yes.
SonomaCommunityCenter.org.
Need
No.
needles.
No, because
That's
you're usually
more
just
handwork, right?
you're just
Okay.
making knots and you're tying knots together.
My mom
and
used
it's
to
the
do
art of knot making with your hands.
Okay.
Isn't it funny how it's all really about making knots? Knitting is about knot making, crocheting as well. When it comes down to weaving, we have lap looms down here, and it's really just you're just weaving in and out, literally, obviously, but it's all about just interlacing the fibers, just really, truly just making knots. And if you think about it, sewing, you're fusing fabric together by knots from the top and bottom thread in a sewing machine.
Right.
It's all about making knots.
Interesting.
Bringing the world together, one knot at a time.
And so all of the materials are donated.
Yes, yes, yes. And we have them divided by color here in smaller fabrics. Comes down here to larger. We even have scraps, denim, even to even larger still. And I have bolts of fabric in the back. I call the back closet area Narnia because you don't even want to look in there. You go in there and you get lost forever.
Mm-hmm.
But we've had
It's a
some
happy problem,
wonderful,
I'm sure.
yes, we have some wonderful donators in the community. We even have a section for hats and hat making and a steamer up here. We did one for the Mad Hatter Tea Party. It was a great class for that. Did you hear about this event?
I didn't know.
It was the first one. It was a little brainchild of mine, a little mix between the Chili Bowl and Trashion fashion, in that every attendee could get a homemade cup from the ceramics department, and that was their mug for their teas. And then we just asked them to come in some kind of decorated or homemade hat, and we had a nice little contest. And it was fun. We had it out in the secret garden out back.
Oh, I love that area.
And part of that, we provided a class so that people could have the ability to make a hat and learn from the wonderful experts that we bring in. And then as part of that, they had a free ticket to the Mad Hatter Tea Party so they can showcase and show off their work. And so we've done that. And we've also had a costume collective class with Sonoma Arts Live, who rents here at the Sonoma Community Center.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a chance for the costume designers to provide the lessons of what it means and what it takes to be a costume designer, while having everyone in the class work hands-on on the show itself so that their stuff could be showcased in the actual show.
Brought
And
it
we
all
just,
together.
we
Yeah.
did Hello Dolly, and you know a lot of Hello Dolly is about the hats that all characters wear.
Okay.
So we use that a lot. There's so much.
Oh, it's so cool that you're so excited about it all, I can tell. That's awesome. The energy.
Yeah, because why not?
Yeah.
It's actually the one frustration I have about working here is that I don't have enough time to play with everything.
Yeah.
I have to sit at the desk and be administrative for most of the time.
That part sucks, huh?
Uh-huh. No, it doesn't suck. It's just I wish I could actually, I get so inspired by everything that I just want to weave, I want to knit, I want to crochet everything, I want to sew it all. I see these fabrics and I can see what they can turn into. And so that's why it's a little selfish, but that's why I love doing the happy hour, because I can then take these fabrics that I can see into pieces and help others see what they can make out of it. Give them a new home.
I think you found your calling, Eric.
I think so.
Yeah.
I've always been artistic, and I've always loved being of service to the community, so it all kind of fits together for
Yeah.
me. Paint chips, paint samples as a skirt that's connected with a belt that's been decoupaged with tons of magazine pieces. The underskirt is plastic bags, which gives it its flounce. And then they took magazines and rolled them up into little flowerets and attached them to this tank.
Was it magazine pages?
Magazine pages folded up and rolled up. There's a little choker here.
So clever.
And obviously, if you're a prom queen, you have to have your crown. Done. Shoes to match. That walked the runway, and I believe it won one of the prizes. The judges had the hardest time this year. We asked them to do a first, second, and third place for adults, and the same for our youth. they could not decide on who was first, second, or third because they were all so good. So they came up with different categories that people could win in, which is actually kind of funny. So that's one. I love that one. Over here. An elegant gown that was made for this past Trashion using old curtains that are sheer, and then on the back, these wonderful champagne cages that were laced together to create this wonderful back moment, and also fairy lights to light it up.
Very cool.
Talk about magical, right?
Uh-huh. It is magical.
And I've actually tried working with these champagne cages. This is not easy. This must have taken forever.
Yeah, it's hard. Keep them all straight or the right shape.
But I'll tell you what, if that's one thing we have a lot of here in wine country, champagne cages and corks. There was one woman who made a cork dress, all corks that were sliced up in little bits that were hot glued onto a fabric and made this full entire gown.
That took a lot of time.
Uh-huh. That's what I love. Just, you never know what people are going to come up with.
Yeah.
It's all brilliant. Another one of our youth applicants who made a nice little ribbon dress using her mom's gown as a base. Full-on ribs on the back and bows that line the top. Gorgeous. Recycled neckties, right? And in class, our student learned how to sew in a zipper so that the bodice can be made into a zipper. Not bad. And this is another one. This is also, this was a mentoring alliance class. So the student worked with her mentee, and she got to learn how to do some basic sewing techniques, including sewing on this band. This fabric was just scrap fabric that she made into an actual skirt, and then on top of it, then she hand sewed and also glued on these wonderful flower fans and florets for this festive look. It's
Fun.
Exciting, yeah.
Very fun.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining me again on another episode of Seriously Sonoma Valley. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with your network. Thanks so much.